in the radio drama. So right after Han signs on, or Luke and Ben sign on with Han, a character named Squeaks or Squeak shows up, and it's just a very high-pitched, very fast-forwarded voice offering Han another job that he's like totally on board for, and then just decides, nah.
Well, I want to know what Squeak's job was. Tell me more about Squeak.
Squeak, the thing with Squeak is I only understood half of it, and
yeah, it's
I really
pretty rough.
didn't want to rewind to re-listen to Squeak.
It's Squeak. How do I know what he wants?
Oh, I've been looking all over for you in the Wook.
That's fair. It was 4 hours. I appreciate
5 hours.
that. 5
You
hours.
son of a bitch. 5 hours.
I appreciate
It was
that.
only 4 hours and 55 minutes of my life. Comes over and he's like, hey Han, I got a new job for you. And I'm just like, slow down. I'm scared. And it just went, and half of it wasn't even words, even though it was just noises in my brain. Like,
what these movies are becoming for me.
Noises in your brain?
Just noises in my brain.
I'm doing it. I need to see if Squeak has a Wookieepedia page.
Oh, God.
Jesus, fuck.
Yeah, do it.
Squeak was a Tintina messenger who worked for Big Boonji.
Wow.
On the day Han Solo and Chewbacca were to transport Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi to Alderaan, Squeak met the smuggler in Mos Eisley to offer him a cargo of chuckroot. And that's the entire Wikipedia article.
Oh my god. Of course they did. The only visuals outside of a sketch somebody did of Tintina is in the Knights of the Old Republic comic series. Yeah. And they just went wild in that series of just fucking random aliens. Well, no, and that makes... Oh my god!
It's the
Hamster guy
thing.
is Tintina. Hamster guy from the holiday specialist is Tintina.
He was also in the Star Wars Encyclopedia, and he also had his own top Star Wars Illustrated trading card of Solo and Squeak.
That's fucking superb.
God, there's so much dumb shit hiding in the background of this fucking.
Well, this is something
franchise.
This is something I feel like we need a segment that leads into Wookieepedia. Like, it's just like a segment unto itself because it comes up so much.
I'll just scream fucking whenever I do it, because that's just my intro to every one of my bits.
So
let me ask a question. Ben, you live on Wookieepedia. You would probably know. Does Wookieepedia have the function that Wikipedia does, where you can click a button and it'll take you to a random article?
Yes, it does. It does, indeed.
That should be a new segment, where we click the random button on Wikipedia.
Bring it in. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's have Ben do it, yeah.
Oh god, why is
I'm gonna tell you
featured article Jurgen from fucking Old Republic?
Okay, I just tested it, and the first thing I got was unidentified Sakian flute.
All right, so today on Weird Wookieepedia.
Yes, great name.
We have Chrysala from Legends.
Link it.
The wife of the last Satab of Ventuin.
This is already worth it.
Jesus fucking Christ. During the Galactic Civil War, she was a peasant living in the slums of the planet. When the last Satab came to power, he... What the fuck am I reading? This is from Star Wars Annual 2.
Oh, it sounds like the old Marvel comics.
Yeah, it looks like it. When the last Satab came to power, he took notice of her, brought her back to his palace, as his favored consort. After this, she enjoyed the lap of luxury and the benefits of being the chosen ward of the ruler of the planet. At some point, Chrysala was being paraded through the streets of... This whole bit is going to be me trying to pronounce made-up fucking Star Wars shit.
To be fair, I'm highly
Goyoikin?
entertained. But you gotta link the article. Also, yeah, Jurgen, the fucking random goddamn terrorist fighter is on the article showcase.
Fantastic.
Oh shit. This is getting spicy. When an explosive flew through the air in an attempted assassination. However, Han Solo was in the general vicinity. Was able to shoot the explosive out of the air. Solo was declared a hero and brought back to the palace to meet Satab.
Yeah, this is definitely an old Marvel comic.
Solo tried to escape when he was offered to spend the night.
If you don't link this fucking
fuck?
article, I swear to God.
All right, did we just cross into fan fiction? Like this sounds like
It was only through Chrysala's interference that Solo wasn't caught by the palace guard. They spent the night together where she explained that Satab had supernatural powers gifted to him by his possession of the Shade Shine?
You know what? I'm gonna say it. Maybe it's good the EU's dead.
You know?
Listen, it's content.
We have like 63 bits, so why do we need this?
Speaking of bits.
No, we're not going to Weird Wikipedia yet. We're not going to Weird
This
Wikipedia
week
yet.
on... Fuck you. This week on...
No,
Weird
we're not going
Wikipedia.
to.
Fuck you.
We are not. No, we are not uploading an episode where Chris and I argue for 25 minutes about fucking the ethics.
I'm trying
the
to
Ewok
make
ethical question.
content on our podcast that isn't you two screaming the same thing at each other. And you're telling me no.
Let's save Weird Wikipedia at the end of the podcast, like we plan to do, and talk about something else in
I
Return
have
of the
literally 2 sentences.
Okay,
Today,
do it.
on Weird Wikipedia, we have the Desolation of Hoth. Desolation of Hoth is the first expansion or force pack of the Hoth cycle of the Star Wars card game. It was released on March 14th, 2013.
Thank you for tuning into Weird Wikipedia. Can we talk about something else now?
My head hurts.
Give us another Weird Wikipedia.
Another?
Yes.
Oh god,
We only got 2 sentences. We might as well.
Thought I had an easy week this week. 2 whole fucking sentences. God, this one's gonna be like 10 pages.
We should make like a
Hold on.
rule on Weird Wikipedia where we like don't accept. We keep going until we get like one that's more than 2 sentences.
No, I gotta do whatever it randomizes. This week on Weird Wikipedia Part 2, Orlok. A self-proclaimed Emperor's Mage that claimed to have force powers.
Oh, I know this guy. Actually, Chris knows this guy.
Criminal. Nothing is known about his early life and how he came to start his
He's
own
from the
fake
Junior Jedi Knight series.
What's up, Orlok? Long time. Orlok, it's been a long time, man. How you doing?
Jesus Christ.
Orlok, I'm sorry. Just 5 minutes ago, I said you and the entire EU were dead to me.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'd like to let you know right now, I am not a fan of this, the Junior Jedi Knights. They were not great.
Masquerade
Talk a little bit
as
about
a prophet
Orlok,
of the
Ben.
dark side. He was also one of the few survivors of the massacre performed on the false prophets by Grand Admiral Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my God, that's a name.
Afshin
By Grand Admiral
Makati?
Jesus Christ, that's some weird fucking EU canon, man.
Grand Admiral Afshin Makati. Following that, Orlok fled to the shadowy asteroid of Borgo Prague, where he fell in with criminals and eventually ran his own crime organization.
The next sentence is Orlok also had several pirates and smugglers at his service, including a gang of Ranat mercenaries and pirate droids. The writer definitely just like played with whatever syllables were on their fucking tongue. Ranat, Borgo, and Afshin Makati.
To 22 ABY, Orlok learned from an unknown source that the lightsaber of Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi was kept with Bast Castle on remote Vijun.
I'm so excited about Weird Wookieepedia because it shows how absurd the EU got to a point where authors were realizing, I'm going to make up some bullshit names of some planets and some people and some shit, and it's just going to be a bunch of letters. It's a lot like fantasy, where after a while they just started tacking on apostrophes to names and shit, and like...
You just have your cat run across the keyboard to see what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
Why is the number 2 in this, like, name?
Well, I guess this character's a droid.
Wowie.
That's
This is a long article.
Yeah,
unfortunately for Orlok.
Oh god, we're still going.
Uldir's Jedi companions Tyone, Ikert.
Okay,
Anakin,
you skipped my girl Nomi Sunrider though.
I don't care. I saw a list of names and I wanted to run the fuck through it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Go.
Find Uldir on the transport Lore Seeker. Oh, they named a ship after me. And eventually found Exis Station. Having arrived, they tried to tell Uldir that Orlok was... It's just fun saying these names. Was a fraud, that he had been deceived. The mage attacked the 4 Jedi, because that's a great fucking idea, with his high-tech gimmicks.
And let's just scroll back up to the top of the page, which is the picture for this article, which is literally in that moment where he gets
dying,
fucked up really bad. He's like, there's some kind of bright light going at him and he's screaming. Like, it didn't work.
When they say high-tech gimmicks, I imagine he's got like one of those light-up balls that magicians have, and he's just like throwing this shit at them.
And also, I'm insulted on both my and Chris's part, although it's not your fault, that you saw Tion, Akrit, Anakin, and Tahiri and thought, oh, those are some weird names. I'll start with those.
Okay,
it's not your fault.
When's the last time you talked to a Tion?
When was the last time you talked to an Anakin? Like,
it was nice checking in with our old buddy Orlok. He can go back to the fucking...
He can go back to the Netherrealm.
He can go back to the Netherrealm to never be heard of again.
Such a creative name, Orlok. A mage named Orlok. Warlock. Yeah, okay.
Sounds like a fucking orc. Like, that's something
or
I
the
expect...
suffix of the word warlock.
Well, yes, but like that's something I expect from like a Demorian guard named Orlok. Fuck it, let's just chop off the W. Replace a couple of vowels.
Ben, bring up Weird Wookieepedia for the love of God.
This is fucking so unhinged.
Yes,
you said last week it was this episode.
You said
rotation. I said, didn't I?
You said last episode when I brought up Weird Wookieepedia last episode, and you went, no, not this episode, next episode.
Oh god.
You said it was the end of every trilogy.
Okay.
This is the last movie.
Ooh.
Weird Wookieepedia.
Ooh. This article has a canon and legends.
Ooh.
A Rogwart.
I'm sorry, Hogwarts? What?
I was going to say Hogwarts? What is
Rogwart.
ROGGWART.
It is a really transphobic Jedi.
The quote at the top is
We might have
Roar, grunt. The roar of a rogwart.
Please link it, I'm begging you. I'm not gonna cut us calling Harry Potter or
Look at
fucking
this
J.K.
fucking
Rowling
thing.
a transphobe.
Look at this
That's just fucking true.
thing.
What the fuck am I
It
looking
looks
at?
like a tree had sex with a lizard.
Oh,
And gave
God.
birth to a
Yeah,
nightmare.
we're gonna have to fucking describe this. Which I hold on to your hats because this is hard to explain.
But hey, listen, average
it's
height,
got- it's got a-
upwards of 3 meters.
It's got a pitchfork tail.
Yeah, has like a dinosaur bipedal type stance.
It looks like an orc from Warhammer with
It
horns.
actually kind of does, yeah. It's wearing
'Cause it's got
iron like fucking armor with like the fucking iron spider fucking
I was gonna
like
say, is
legs coming out
that armor
of that.
though, or is that like chitin?
It doesn't look like chitin. That shit has fucking welding points.
They were large predatory beast. There's a distinguishing anatomical feature where a pair of curving horns grew from the sides of their heads. They
And
had a
let
long
me just
tail and thick
yeah.
skin.
The way that this is, I don't know if this is CGI
Oh!
or what.
This is
Ah.
these guys featured in the Clone Wars.
Oh, well, the way that their horns are like protruding out, they kind of come out and then come to a curve out forward. They looked like two little snake heads when I was looking at it, and I was very confused for a very long time. I couldn't look past them.
Okay. Yeah, Chris, this is this is
Yeah,
gore.
it's gore, yeah.
Can I read off the quote for this article?
I already did.
You read that? I missed it
The
somehow.
history quote or
No,
the
quote. The quote at the top of the Legends part of the article.
Yeah, I already read that one.
Runt.
Yeah. It's the same on the canon one too. Yeah, no, so those protrusions on the back are actually robotic.
I love that. One of these weird Wookieepedia so far, except for the one time we got that like random person that Han Solo had a one-night stand with. It's gonna become like, how many weeks away from like just getting Kyle Katarn are we? Like
I'm waiting for the time we get like a big name.
Yeah, it's like
I'm
fucking weird. Here's weird Wookieepedia. Leia,
It's Luke
Princess
Skywalker.
Leia Organa.
I'm waiting. I really am actually waiting in horror for the day where we do Weird Wookieepedia and pod racing comes up. That's like, I might quit the podcast.
I was about to say
motherfuckers were native to
the
Mustafar.
podcast, right?
These motherfuckers were native to Mustafar.
Saying that's the day we cancel the podcast, right? Like
No.
if Ben gets Weird Wookieepedia,
Chris,
pod
do I
racing?
need to pull up the definition of forever?
Yeah.
Ben, I feel like the only like self-destruct button is if you get
The only
pod
logical
racing.
conclusion is Ben reading pod race articles off of Wikipedia.
pretty much.
Well, you know what? Let's do it this way.
Can't think of
Let's do
anything
it
I'd
this way.
rather not do on a Friday night is listen to Ben read the pod racing Wikipedia article.
If Ben ever gets pod racing on Weird Wookieepedia, we finish the rotation that we're doing, and then we take a year off.
I feel like there's no way to vet this properly. Like people will always, they bullshit.
Yeah, that's the thing.
There's no way to.
The public is listening to us say this and say they just want to be done.
Yeah, they found it out.
I just want to be done with. Oh no.
I found another named Rogwart that I recognize.
We gotta stop saying.
Well, this. Yeah.
It feels like a dirty word.
This has been Star Wars every week forever.
Wait, no, on Narshada, Gracchus the Hutt ran a fighting arena in his palace sometime after the Battle of Yavin, featuring Congo, the Disemboweler. Which, this isn't on the article, but Luke Skywalker actually fought in that arena.
Good night.
Oh no. God, there's grog words everywhere.
I almost had ginger ale lemonade mix come out my nose. They go to the Jedi Temple, and so it cuts to like the perspective, but like the point of view almost is from the clone guards at the temple, and they're sitting there, and the one looks over and goes, "Oh, there's a raggedy old hunchbacked man over there. What the fuck?" And the guy's coming over, and the clone's like, "This is restricted space. Like, get out of here." And the dude's like, "But I have something for you." And the clone's like, "What the fuck, dude?" And he's like, "I have a Jedi." And the clone's like, "Fucking excuse me?" He's like, "Right here." And the hunchback man's holding a bundle. And the clone's like, "You have a baby Jedi." And the dude's like, "Yes." And the clone goes, "How do you know it's a Jedi?" And the baby says, "Because my lightsaber, of course, I
You're
have."
gonna have to repeat that because all I heard is "and the baby says" and I fucking lost it.
And the baby says something. Wait. Here it is. I have the quote. The baby.
I need a minute.
I know the episode except "and the baby says."
I need a fucking
And the baby
minute.
And the baby says, "Because someone erased it from the archives, Master Yoda."
No, the baby says, "My lightsaber, the first clue would be."
See, you totally buried the lead here because the way you explained it, I thought Yoda was walking up.
No! Obi-Wan is
So you
carrying
said
Yoda in a bundle.
you described a hunchbacked figure, and I'm like, oh, that's Yoda. So I'm trying to figure out who the fucking baby is.
So, on the way to the temple, somebody devises this batshit plan to get Yoda in a bundle, make Obi-Wan look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and go to the Jedi Temple and tell the guards he has a baby Jedi.
I was so confused because the way you, Chris, was that not just me?
I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm scared.
I thought it was Yoda. And I was
What
trying
are
to
they
figure out
trying
who
to
the baby
infiltrate?
was.
What are they trying to infiltrate
The
with
Jedi
swaddled
Temple.
Yoda?
The Jedi Temple. It's not.
That's what, Josh, that's why when we were watching together and we got
So
to the
is this-
Jedi Temple, I just went, "Oh."
This is at the end when they're trying to get back.
When they're trying to get back in the Jedi Temple.
Like
Obi-Wan-
Bail comes back to the planet, and they're like, "Oh, there's an emergency thing at Congress. You gotta come see Palpatine talk about his
Ah,
scar."
yes, that famous scene. I am the Congress. Just throw the whole episode out. What is this?
Congress.
Throw the whole episode out. What is this?
No, I am the Congress.
Oh my
I
god.
Fucking image based on your original description of Yoda walking up to the Jedi Temple with a Jedi baby in his arms because he needed someone to fucking explain to the clone troopers.
And then Yoda wielding a baby fucks up like 5 clone troopers with a baby.
It's like, and it doesn't get any less batshit because in the deleted scenes of the movie,
Oh my god.
the opposite happens where the clone troopers know that Yoda and Obi-Wan is approaching, so they don Jedi robes and
So they
approach
dress like babies?
Yeah, no. No, but like they don Jedi robes and walk up to Yoda and Obi-Wan and they're like, "Oh, Master Yoda," in totally fucking Jango Fett's voice. "Oh, Master Yoda, some of us survived and we're enacting a rebellion." And Yoda's like, "Yeah, I don't believe that for a fucking second."
I love the idea of Tamara Morrison like, "Oh, yeah, I'm a baby. Wow."
God damn, I have to Photoshop a picture of Tamara Morrison on a baby. Fucking weird Wookieepedia, Ben.
Oh,
Ben, before I have a goddamn aneurysm, weird Wookieepedia.
Weird Wikipedia.
gonna have a fucking aneurysm. I can't breathe. I can't think.
No. Today on Weird Wookieepedia, voice disguiser.
You know, the kind of voice disguiser you use to disguise whatever the baby in Yoda's arms was. And the baby says...
Also known as a voice.
Wow, wow.
I know one of those fucking kids' toys. It's like the wheels, and it has, like, you pull the lever and it points at something, and it's like the cow goes moo.
I know I suggested a title before we even did the episode today,
No.
but the episode title has to be "And the Baby Said,"
goes,
right?
Absolutely, and the baby goes.
Voice disguisers.
Fuck voice disguisers.
Also known as a voice scrambler or vox scrambler, was a device that modulated the wearer's natural voice to prevent.
Throw up. I've been laughing so hard for so long I would have puked. I'm not. This has been Star Wars every week forever. Good night.
I can't fucking breathe.
I'm not kidding. I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
I'm crying.
Oh.
Why is the last thing me failing to say prevent?
The Weird Wookieepedia bit hit its fucking climax as soon as we made the fucking jokes about it in regard. We were not gonna dig our way out of that hole. I saw an off ramp and I took it.
The only thing that could have made that whole segment better is if we went to Weird Wookieepedia. And Ben was like, "Oh, it's Orlok again."
So
Weird
anyway,
Wookieepedia.
Weird Wookieepedia. This is a shorter article, so I'm probably going to do a second one, and we can save that one for the end. This article is actually from a favorite period of Star Wars history of mine. This is Borkal Volok.
Why does it sound like I know this person? Yep.
He was a Jedi Master who survived, served the Order during the New Sith Wars, and he participated in the Battle of Ruusan and perished. Left his or her lightsaber to be sought by future archaeologists.
I'm confused because I feel like I know that name, but it was never actually showed up in the Jedi vs. Sith or Bane books, so maybe I'm just hallucinating.
The only source here is wizardofthecoast.com Insider.
It is probably very telling of that entire period of time in Star Wars that I saw the name and was like, that's definitely Ruusan.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't think because Hoth and Bane and that kind of stuff are the things that people know in broad strokes. But
well, yeah, but I mean, one Bane was they just took the word Bane.
Yeah, and then they just took the word Hoth.
Yeah, they just took the name of Hoth and was like, let's just. It was the laziest when you're first reading the Bane, spoilers for the Bane trilogy, if for some reason you're listening to this and care about spoilers for the fucking Bane trilogy. They were like, all right, we need a Jedi general to lead the battle, and they're just like, his fucking name is Hoth. So out of nowhere, it's all of a sudden talking about General Hoth, and I'm like, wait a fucking minute. And then it later elaborates yes, the Hoth system was named after him because reasons.
Which says a lot about that General Hoth, that they saw him. It's actually a decent piece of canon.
Yeah.
Because one of the things, oh God, I'm so sorry, Chris. I'm so sorry, audience, but we're gonna talk about the Bane trilogy for a minute.
Ooh, yes.
It's alright, I'm just here. I'll just take a nap.
I'm really sorry, Chris.
No, we're good. Yeah. It's better when I don't participate, because then I can just pretend this is a bad dream I had.
Are you okay, buddy?
I'm doing great.
I don't believe that.
I'm doing so good.
So, all I was gonna say was that in the books, Hoth, General Hoth, is like the farthest from a Jedi that you could possibly be.
Yeah.
And that entire era of Jedi were so militarized that was part of the point of their story arc in it, and what led to that was that the ways of Jedi were muddied through a thousand years of war. And I think it's very telling that I actually think it's really clever that they named him Hoth, because that says that some other person that knew of Hoth looked at a desolate system with mostly frozen worlds and said, yeah, that sounds like that Hoth guy to me. That's all I was going to say.
The new Sith Wars was basically like, you take the militarization of the Jedi from the Clone Wars and crank that up to 11.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Because it was fucking bloody and just batshit. But yeah, that's that. That's weird Wookieepedia for until we're done.
I believe you have a weird Wookieepedia waiting for us.
I do. Oh boy, it's even shorter than Bor-Cal Volok.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna do a third one because these are just
one's gonna be like 8 fucking pages.
I'm gonna do a third one because after this one's a sentence. It's the N30 Battle Blade. The N30 Battle Blade was a type of vibrosword produced during the Cold War between the Galactic Republic and the reconstituted Sith Empire.
Love me some vibroblades.
It's a weird looking. It's the most unruly and ineffective looking vibroblade.
It's the most awkward looking sword of anything I've ever seen, and that includes like orc swords from Lord of the Rings.
I mean, that's a dagger. That's a dagger. I recognize it because I've played this game. But
oh,
fucking
shit! No, Logray, who is actually named in this book because he's an Ewok.
Oh no.
Male Ewok from the forest moon of Endor, who served as the chief shaman of the Bright Tree tribe during the Galactic Civil War. So this is the shaman of the tribe that kidnaps our heroes.
We really are just getting closer and closer to that pod racing article, aren't we?
I'm waiting. Yeah. One day the stars will align, and I will have to talk about pod race, whether you guys like it or not. I present to you Weird Wookieepedia.
Woohoo!
Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun one. This is gonna be a blast. Trek Moloch is up to bat today. Male human who served in the army of Sheev Palpatine's Galactic Empire. That year, he attended a meeting in the Death Star's conference room.
Oh, he attended a meeting
in which he witnessed Mahdi and General Cassio Tag argue about the station's power before Sith Lord Darth Vader force choked Mahdi.
What's up with this guy's forehead?
I don't know.
That's a big forehead.
He's got a widow's peak.
He's got like a butt forehead. He's got like an indentation in the middle of his forehead, so he's got like a butt forehead.
That's some weekly Star Trek alien vibes he's got going on there.
Goddamn, we got Klingons in Star Wars.
Don't insult the Klingons and say that's a Klingon.
We're making fun of this poor man.
I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he does a great job.
He's fine.
I feel bad, but, you know, it is what it is.
This was an underwhelming Weird Wookieepedia. I'm slightly...
Hey, check the Legends area. Maybe there's more to work with.
There's like a 2-paragraph biography.
I know, I'm on it right now. I do like that there's an equipment section, and it only...
Oh my god!
It only refers to the way he looks in the movie. Hold on. Personality and traits. A male human, Moloch had fair skin and wore mid-length reddish-brown hair that fell over his neck in the back. He had a risk-taking type personality and did not hesitate to confront his superior in stormy discussions, although only in private. I like that one of those 2 sentences is about his appearance in the personality section. That's pretty good.
What the fuck? His homeworld is Karulag?
This has been a thing that happened. Are we okay?
Oh, okay.
No.
Most of this source is from Star Wars Insider. That makes sense.
No, I'm fine. God. It's...
Sure.
Star Wars every week forever is a thing that I do every week.
Forever.
Yippee! Weird Wookieepedia, we got the armed transport.
Oh no.
They were...
That, you know, it's always a good sign when it opens with technobabble.
What do you mean? They were...
Literally just armed.
Transports were long repulsor craft. I don't see any technobabble here. They were capable of carrying large amounts of cargo. Usually armed with a single laser cannon.
That's extremely phallic.
That is really phallic.
It is very phallic looking.
This is the worst Star Wars freighter I've ever seen in my life. There was no effort put into this.
It's from
Stark
Rogue
Hyperspace
Squadron.
Employed 5 transports to escort 3 combat vehicles in a convoy. Why the fuck are these escorting things?
Because
Their
they
arm
have a
doesn't look like it
single
could
laser
protect
cannon.
something.
They're armed with like a single laser cannon. Like Jesus.
How many laser cannons, Ben?
A single.
A single laser cannon.
What are you talking about? This dick looks versatile. I could tell. As soon as I got to the word talking, I could tell what I was gonna end up saying, and I just went, no, I'm gonna lean fully in on it. I'm like, this is gonna, nope, let's just lean into it.
No, the article says a single laser cannon.
A single laser cannon.
Like,
Nah,
can you
it's
see that
armed
thing
with
doing a
laser.
U-turn to fire at something?
I don't know what you're talking about. This mouse has a gun.
God, we really are a snake eating itself.
Oh, the Empire employed these vehicles as decoys for any possible rescue missions on the planet Kessel.
I don't see it being useful for anything else.
Thrawn just being like, yes, we'll fool them with armed transports.
Thrawn, one of the greatest tacticians in the history
of Star Wars.
of fiction, just says, yes, send in the dicks.
Should be the new intro to our podcast.
Send in the dicks. Star Wars every week forever. Send in the dicks. That we talked about a live show that'll never happen. If we ever do a live show, it'll just be, and now welcome to Star Wars every week forever. And you know when they do, when a podcast does a live show, they usually introduce people one at a time. We don't get introduced one at a time. Whoever's on the comm system just goes, send in the dicks. He'll just come running on the stage. Weird Wookieepedia. I need to stop thinking about 225 episodes.
What the fuck do I do with this?
225 fucking Star Wars.
Don't you fucking don't.
You're gonna get us sued, man.
Young mister.
You're gonna get us sued.
It's gonna be a double Weird Wookieepedia kind of night.
Let's do it.
I'm just telling you right now because first article is already pretty beefy. First article is Claudio Posas. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Was an artist who contributed to the role-playing guide Strongholds of Resistance.
Oh, I was about to say,
that's the entire article.
I was gonna say, why do you care if you're pronouncing his name right? But it's a real person's name, so that's actually deeply important.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
apologies.
Know.
If
how does one?
I mispronounced that.
How do you take a screenshot on a PC?
It's usually some combination of the Windows button and print screen. If you don't have a Windows, I know I use it all the time. Mine is Windows.
Oh, that's
it's
weird.
some combination of Windows, Control, and print screen.
I'll have to see if that actually worked at some point. Oh, screenshot, cool. I got a ad for the new Liam Neeson movie on this Wookieepedia page.
Are you fucking serious?
Liam Neeson, the marksman. Own it. Digital now.
I'm just being aggressively told about fucking gym programs, and you're getting fucking Liam Neeson shit.
Liam Neeson, the marksman.
Yeah, this is from the Star Wars system we didn't play, Chris. The one that's confusing and has dice that nobody knows about.
I sure as hell don't know about them. For round 2 of Weird Wookieepedia, we have Hirukia Floating City. It's on Dak, or better known as Mon Cala, where the likes of Admiral Akbar are.
It's also home to Kit Fisto's race. I forgot the name.
Is that where they're from?
Yeah, it's a dual, or it's the Quarren and the Mon Calamari are from the same planet.
He's not a Quarren.
What is the fucking Mon Calamari has 2 races? I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's Quarren.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Kit Fisto's not a Quarren.
I was incorrect. It's not Kit Fisto. I apologize. But I knew it was a dual species planet, which I always find to be cool.
Yeah, and there's a lot of inner conflict between the two.
Yeah. I find it cooler when there's not inner conflict because it's so overdone, but I still love it.
Just, hey, let's have 2 different races and just make them fucking hate each other for whatever reason.
It would be really cool just once to have 2 races living on a planet.
Just like some Lucasfilm intern like years and years ago, just like, what if like, I don't know, they just have like a utopian society where they have open trade, open borders, and, you know, they just coexist. Everything's great. And George Lucas throws him out of a window.
Got it. You've just set me up to make the fucking throw out the window meme. Do you realize that? Did you do that on purpose?
Yes.
Hiruka was a city where Mon Calamari and Quarren came together to live in harmony. Ironically, because we were just talking about how they hate each other's guts. Along with Ki Piru, which I'm unfamiliar with and I will dig into later, took much of the World Devastator's damage during the Battle of Calamari, which is my favorite battle to say.
It's pretty great.
Just have 2 dishes of calamari, just fucking. That wasn't even a pun. That was just like.
It wasn't. That wasn't what I was reacting to. What I was reacting to was whatever I end up doing for the fucking MP4 for what you just said.
Resulting in a minimum of tens of thousands of deaths. Later rebuilt, Akbar moved to the city after retiring.
Ooh, this is talking about.
Back in. Hiruka the Senate was located there. In contact. Oh, it contained Berth 5B and was near Messer Reef.
Is this referring to? Yeah, this is referring to the Yuuzhan Vong War, the Senate after they took Coruscant, relocated to
like 137 ABY after that.
Hey Ben.
God. Yeah.
Bring us the Weird Wookieepedia.
I felt that coming.
Is it a short one?
I hate this one.
Okay.
Today on Weird Wikipedia, we have squad.
Squad? As
Squad.
in the unit?
Like, as in a squad of troops.
Link it.
I'm working on it.
That's hilarious that's a...
Squad. There's a canon and legends page.
We gotta get the squad together.
The Star Squad?
The Star Squad.
Star Squad is a great non-gender conforming name.
Non-gendered.
Yeah.
Squad was generally part of a large military formation consisting of soldiers
I hate
or
this.
operators. I can't read the word operator because I once had a friend
It's
who,
just
like,
a bunch
anytime he was talking about something like cool or badass, he'd be like, "That's so operator," and we're like, "Dude, that's not gonna become a thing." He's like, "No, I'm making it a thing."
It's just a bunch of clones in like Under Armour sneakers and 511 tactical pants.
I like that the canon quote for this is Thrawn saying 2 squads of stormtroopers should be enough to handle 1 alien. Just like randomly, like, dude, just don't put in a quote at that point. You don't need the quote.
I love that at that point it's almost like, well, that's just an insult. Why is that the quote that we went with? Because that's Thrawn with a backhanded, like.
No, that's not
our
Thrawn.
stormtroopers
That's an
suck.
Imperial captain trying to take down Thrawn.
Gotcha.
Which makes it so much funnier because
Okay, that's actually
half
deeply
the Imperial
funny.
Navy couldn't take down Thrawn. Fight me.
Meanwhile, the quote on the legend side is, "Oddball, do you copy? Copy, Red Leader. Mark my position and form your squad behind me." Why?
I love that, like, this fucking jobber squad has a fucking Wikipedia page. Like, it's just a Wikipedia page for just random people.
Random rank
Like,
and file.
Wikipedia doesn't need to explain
Legends
squad
article.
to me.
The Legends article is huge.
It's long.
It goes into different Imperial squads and like what their emblems are and all this shit, and it's just
And,
like,
like,
whoa.
different, like, oh, they only have the Republican Imperial.
I'm at the point where I
Of course
think
they do.
that Wikipedia just has an article for everything in the known universe at this point. Like,
They-
there's a Wikipedia article for just door. It's like, door, generally made of wood, used to enter rooms and block off. It's like, what the
Way
fuck
to
are we
find
doing
out.
here?
Let's find out.
Well, I know they don't have an article for penis.
And there it is.
nope.
We went from door to penis
No,
in
because that was a whole big
in
thing.
2
'cause, like,
moves.
Wikipedia has an article about breasts
Yeah,
because it's run by a bunch of horny white guys.
that's true.
And there was like some controversy back in the day where they're like, hey, there should be an article about, like, you know, different kinds of genitalia if you're really gonna go down this path. Like, you either gotta go all or nothing. And they were just like, nah,
Mom.
we're gonna keep our boob article. Go fuck yourself.
Show the shithole or get off the pot.
Mom, no, I can't come to dinner. I'm editing the boobs page on Wikipedia, Mom.
So, to get us... Oh, no.
For
What have you
shits and giggles, I went to the Wikipedia breast page to see it's updated to include a canon article. And
Okay.
the image
I
they
can't-
use is Ben Solo and he's shirtless.
No.
No way.
Kylo Ren has noticeable chest muscles beneath his breasts.
No fucking way. Oh my god. No fucking way.
Oh fuck.
What?
Welcome to Star Wars.
I'm not reading this on the podcast. I implore you, audience, go to the breast page on Wikipedia and just fucking read it. Just read it. It's fantastic. It's really good. If you click on the Legends page of the breast article, is it just Rule 34?
Oh, it actually used to be a like lifted fan art of, was it Ayla Secura, I believe,
I think so, yeah.
naked, But now it's Anakin Skywalker in Episode 2 when he's putting his shirt on after getting up from his nightmare.
Fantastic. Incredible.
You overcorrected.
Well, I'm glad they're not like, hey, let's just put straight up smut on our articles.
Exactly, but this is such a
This
compromise.
is so much better.
Wookieepedia, write the dick article, you cowards.
This is the best thing ever. Well, listen, first we need to let the Game of Thrones guys do their trilogy before we can get that article really
That'll
going.
get it made. Weird Wookieepedia.
Weird Wookieepedia.
Weird Wookieepedia.
The actual fuck. We have the second mission to the Yinchori system. How anything? 32 BBY. So this was during this mission, following the deaths of Jedi Nishan and her Padawan Ebor Tolk Tayol.
That's a George name.
Who has
Oh my
been
God.
sent
I've
to
ever seen one.
investigate Tory aggression against their neighboring systems.
This is this has an appearance by one of my favorite really dumb Jedi Masters, and that's Kakrunk,
Oh, the tall neck guy?
the Whippet guy. He randomly survives the Clone Wars and then appears in like 137 ABI to give Cade Skywalker a hard time.
Jesus Christ.
And his name is Kakrunk.
Oh, I recognize this guy, yeah.
Yeah. He's weird. All of the Jedi that survived until 137 ABY are just perfect examples of where the fuck were you, buddy? When the fucking Empire was in control, and also when the Yuuzhan Vong fucking wiped out half the galaxy, like, where the fuck were you, buddy? But no, you're here to make fun of Cade Skywalker? Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Didn't he fight during the Yuuzhan Vong?
No,
I thought he was part of the New Jedi Order.
he was during the Jason Solo run, but he wasn't during the Yuuzhan Vong War, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember. That's such a long time ago. Fucking Crunk.
Fucking
Crunk.
crunk.
Fucking
Fucking Kakrunk. Please tell us more about this battle, Ben.
Oh, sorry, I was going down a crunk rabbit hole.
Oh, I will. We'll get to that, I think, because I'd love to talk about how stupid that entire 137 ABY fucking thing is, but
We'll get to
we'll
that,
talk about
right?
it after.
I'd love to talk about Kakrunk. I'd talk about Kakrunk for hours.
So, they after arriving on the planet, or after arriving in the system, getting to the planet, they were immediately attacked by starfighters.
Is this during the Hyperspace War, or?
This is
This is during
while
Clone-
Obi-Wan is a Padawan of Qui-Gon's.
Oh, it's before Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's during the lead up to the
Well,
Clone Wars.
No, I said the Hyperspace Wars. It's
Hyperspace Wars were like ages before the Clone Wars.
No. There's a series of events called the Stark Hyperspace War that happened like a couple years before Phantom Menace when Obi-Wan is an apprentice. Because that's when
I was thinking of the Great Hyperspace War, and that's like 5,000 BBY.
These beautiful moments of nerddom every once
Yeah,
in a while
it's-
that pop up on this podcast that I love.
It was a conflict where the Republic was on the side of the Trade Federation for whatever reason, because a company, if I remember correctly, I had one comic, was restricting the flow of Bacta. So they tried to get people together to deal with it, but they didn't have an army, so it was just volunteers and Jedi. And then it had one of the few Wookiee Jedi.
Wasn't Plagueis somehow involved in this?
Maybe in the background, I don't know
think
for sure.
Plagueis.
Though.
I
I'm sure.
thought Plagueis might have been involved somewhere, kind of pulling strings.
That's that's the era where they liked to try and like tie the Sith in heavily, as like you said, string pullers and shit.
I mean, it was coming out in like 2002, I think. It was a Dark Horse comic series.
It's fucking Dark Horse comics, man. Those were great.
Well, we'll get into Dark Horse.
Yeah, so they showed up and all these starfighters were like, "Hey, pew pew pew," and the Jedi were like, "Oh no, our ships don't have guns. We showed up to an active fucking war zone with ships that don't have guns. What the fuck?"
That sounds about right.
Addy Gallia's cruiser, the Tholthian, Jedi, would admit she wished the cruiser was armed.
Mace is at the front like, who the fuck let us take this ship with no guns?
I've had it with these motherfucking pacifists on this motherfucking ship.
Some targets escaped through hyperspace. By the time they found out, it was too late since the cruiser had headed toward Yin-Kor, which is the system they were fighting.
They were fighting the whole system. That's impressive. I didn't know the Jedi possessed that type of power.
Wait, what?
Just out there like, fuck you, space.
Jesus Christ.
I'm so lost. Am I having a stroke?
No,
I might be.
Making the dumbest joke possible. I'll fight you and your Tesla and your floating AT-AT. Fucking Naruto and Han Solo back there.
Fight me in space, Elon.
No.
Oh, this is from Jedi Council Acts of War, issue 1.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the hyperspace.
There's not a lot. That's most of the information.
Yeah.
A Jedi cruiser fled to hyperspace. The starfighters followed it and just let everyone else go to the planet. And that's most of the encounter.
Hey, can we talk about? I kind of want to go back to our friend Kakrunk.
Our friend of the show, Kakrunk. Let's get him in there.
And bring up that Darth Krayt Rise of the Sith comic right before the end of the EU, because I know everybody likes the characters in that, but that whole thing was fucking stupid, right? Like, that comic run was not very good. To me, it was a perfect encapsulation of how far the content had fallen and how many ideas they didn't have left.
Is it one of those retrospective things? Or I don't remember enough about the time period to remember if it was well received at the time or if it's more like, well, it was the last of the old EU and it was something kind of different and
if I remember correctly, people liked it at the time. But like, I think they liked it at the time because, one, it was more edgy because like a Skywalker was doing drugs and shit, and like all these Jedi characters were back, and also Darth Krayt was like tortured when he was Asharad Het, or was that his dad? Ben, help
was
me.
his father, I'm pretty sure.
Like,
double check that.
Please do.
At
But
that
it was
point, in the EU, I was kind of burnt out. I had stopped paying as much attention for reasons.
I liked Krayt. I liked some of the new Sith they came up with. I liked the idea of Cade, but I didn't feel like it fit Star Wars very well. But like, none of the lore in it made any fucking sense whatsoever. The only thing that made sense about it was the way they used the Yuuzhan Vong. That was the only thing.
Okay. Sharad Het was the father. Asharad Het was the son.
So those that don't know, Asharad Het was a Jedi that was birthed by Sharad Het, a Jedi that retired and joined a Tatooine Tusken Raider clan, and Asharad Het eventually was taken into the Jedi Order because of it, and then some shit happened. He survived Order 66 on Kashyyyk, went missing, fell to the dark side, was tortured by the Yuuzhan Vong, and somehow found a way to be around longer, so on and so forth. Eventually, King of the Sith, Rule of One.
Yeah. Which is just like, oh, all of my lesser Sith are here to exist to be ruled over by me. And then was very surprised when he eventually, I believe he got betrayed?
Yeah. Was it Nihilus?
It's been a while since I've gone through this canon.
Was it Nihilus that killed? No.
Nihilus is Old Republic.
No. You're thinking of Nihilus. I'm thinking of Nihilus. Nihilus was a different dude. Although, speaking of Nihilus, I think that comic run can be perfectly encapsulated by, like, one moment, and that's Darth Krayt consulting the Sith holocrons for someone to help him get out of that Yuuzhan Vong armor that he was trapped in. And it's like Darth Bane, Darth Nihilus, and somebody else. I forget who. And they're like, dude, this Rule of One thing is gonna fall out around you because you can't fucking live forever, boss. And then he's like, fuck you all. They're like, also, we can't help you. Like, look at Nihilus over there. He's fucking, he might have been immortal if he hadn't been killed by the exile, but like, look at that dude. He ain't even fucking real. Like, he has no cognizance, and he's just like, that was the full scene. And I
run
think
that by me again, Jay.
God.
And I think that perfectly encapsulates that entire run. It tries to do so much, tries to bring back so many Old Republic Jedi, tries to incorporate characters you had forgotten about or had been explored in other comics, and tries to write this like far future, but it just isn't good because nothing makes sense. Like
Darth
Nihil. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, because I was gonna say it was definitely Nihilus in the Old Republic. I will die on that. So that makes sense.
It might be. I could be misremembering.
I knew there was one like a similar name in the Rule of One era. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm totally distracting.
No, I know all of us are like vaguely aware of the story, and Chris brought up an interesting point. It feels like that was one that we were into at the time, but like looking back on it, it's like, well, none of this shit makes sense, except maybe the Yuuzhan Vong.
What was the Yuuzhan Vong's first appearance?
It gets weird because the lore kind of implies that the one guy, I can't remember his name, was around during the Empire. And, like, Cartho Nasi saw them in deep space in Kotar. But, like, as far as, like, their race being named in there, it was the first Yuuzhan Vong book.
So in 40K, there's a race called the Tyranids, who are very reminiscent of the Yuuzhan Vong in that they are a purely biological, like all their weapons are biological, and they come from outside the galaxy. So I'm wondering who came up with it first, essentially.
It's not a one-to-one comparison, and maybe it's just kind of like a weird association I have, but they also kind of remind me of the Gith in
D&D.
D&D Forgotten Realms,
Their first appearance was Crimson Empire 2, Council of Blood, first issue.
I think
by Dark Horse in 1998.
That makes sense. Because I know they had done a lot of work leading up to it. And I know that the council, the Imperial Council or whatever, had a member that was an advisor. And he was a really important character throughout that entire war. And I can't remember his name, much like most of the Yuuzhan Vong character names. I'm sure they probably stole it. I know that they were hinting at that being the next arc, like in 97 and 98. But like, if you're unfamiliar in that era, the Yuuzhan Vong had long since been retired to Sonoma Sakat. Xenoma Sakat for some reason disappeared, and people, even though they were still deeply mistrustful of the Yuuzhan Vong, they were trying to use their technology, I guess for lack of a better term, to like repopulate worlds at that point, and that was kind of used to fuel racism, and then within the empire, and then that's how Krayt came to power, and it was just like, okay, that makes sense. The rest of this is drivel.
I mean, yeah, that sounds like Star Wars continuity. It's like there's a major event, and the rest of it's just like shit that happened.
Can I bring up?
40K's Tyranids showed up in 1989, so.
Okay, yeah, they stole it. Speaking of things that makes Ben orgasm, weird Wookieepedia.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about Bosnas.
Chris had such a visceral reaction.
I was trying not to spit a mouthful of fucking wine all over my computer. Fucking A.
Oh no.
Oh no. Ben looks. Peek behind the curtain here. Ben looks actually concerned right now. What's going on, buddy? What'd you find, Sport?
Calling him Sport.
Is it the Wookieepedia article for breasts again?
No.
Is it pod racing?
There's Weird Wookieepedia might be dead.
Is it pod racing?
No.
Oh, okay. They moved the Weird Wookieepedia reorganized this week.
Are you calling the whole website Weird Wookieepedia now?
Or did I just say Weird Wookieepedia?
You Weird Wookieepedia had to say.
Wikipedia reorganized this past week. So usually random page was under the Explore tab.
Yeah, okay.
And now it's just main page discussion, all pages, community, and shop.
By the way, Wookieepedia, fucking, you're doing mid-article ads now? You really want to make my life a living hell?
But now it's just under the navigation tab, so that was my distress.
I thought you got pod racing. I was gonna lose my shit.
The show's over. The show's over.
Yeah.
Taking my ball and going home at that point.
The show must go. Come on, guys, let's go play ball.
Shut the fuck up and find a weird Wikipedia article.
I got one.
All right, I'm almost 30. It's time to go outside.
No, it was. They say that in the fucking pod racing scene in Phantom Menace.
Not during the pod race.
No, when they're testing the pod racer. Yes, I caught it, Ben. You fucking bastard.
Today on Weird Wikipedia is Austrian?
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 Australian?
Good eye, mate.
Austrian was a mineral found on the planet Hargiva, which is just a blast to say.
Found on the planet Hakuna Matata.
Absorbed great amount of heat, leading to its use in armor plating for stormtroopers and other Imperial soldiers. It was also
good. So it's useless.
Yeah. Just like stormtrooper armor is more like plastoid, so like. It was also used for blades and melee weapons during the Dark Wars. They were multiplied tenfold when, oh god, Katerian Altronel, Jay's gonna have some fun fucking edits, discovered that crystalline manipulation, blah blah blah, of certain trace elements modified it. Making it able to freeze things instantaneously. That's some like fucking enchanted weapon bullshit.
It's something that gets mentioned in Knights of the Old Republic too, because it's like
there it is.
Something they use basically as an explanation of why weapons can do shit. It's an RPG MacGuffin.
Yeah, that's what it is, because it seems like it was mostly explored in Star Wars Galaxies, which doesn't explain anything. It's just a game where you do whatever.
Yeah, it's an MMO.
Yeah, I miss Star Wars Galaxies, but yeah, this is RPG shit. That's what it is.
RPG shit.
RPG
shit would be a good T-shirt.
shit.
I'm sure it already exists.
Hey, it's the end of another trilogy here at Star Wars Every Week Forever. Aren't we supposed to do a weird Wookieepedia?
I was laughing so hard I forgot about Weird Wookieepedia.
Oh my God! Stroke of genius. We should do Weird Wookieepedia bingo. We need to draft up a Weird Wookieepedia bingo board.
That's a fantastic idea.
Or like things that are mentioned in thing that's mentioned in the article.
We have to figure out a way to generalize it, like not a specific article, but like
because that'll take ages.
Okay, let's workshop this on the next episode.
We'll figure this out. Yeah.
Let's spend a
show. I think it's a good idea.
Let's do it.
We got a canon novel, Star Wars Queen's Hope. Upcoming young adult novels set to be written by E.K. Johnston, focusing on Senator Padme Amidala during the Clone Wars.
Ugh.
Link it, because I'm pretty sure this is a book that was never published.
It's set to release November 2nd this year.
Oh, okay. It is an EU. I thought it was one of the many books that were canceled.
No, it's canon. E.K. Johnson. Why do I know that name? Why do I know the name E.K. Johnson?
I don't know. Why do you know the name E.K. Johnson?
I don't know. That's a good question.
She wrote...
I'll look it up on Al Gore's internet.
The Story of Owen, Dragonslayer of Trondheim. Exit Pursued by a Bear is a great title for a book.
Oh, she wrote the Ahsoka novel.
Okay.
I think. Wait.
And more importantly, she wrote Exit Pursued by a Bear, which is which is just so.
Oh no, I was wrong. It wasn't
Pursued by a Bear.
Correction, it wasn't the Ahsoka novel. She wrote the story By Whatever Sun for the anthology From a Certain Point of View, which focuses on Ahsoka and Yara Lart?
Sorry, I'm still caught up on the Shakespeare reference novel.
What?
You really are.
Exit Pursued by a Bear.
Oh.
That's a very good title, to be clear. E.K. Johnson. It turns out I know nothing about you as a person, but that's a fantastic title to a book.
Oh, she did write the Ahsoka novel. You were right. And the Queen's. This book is a part of a trilogy. It is the last of a trilogy.
Oh, it was her.
Yes. And also she wrote Exit Pursued by a Bear.
We're gonna need an Exit Pursued by a Bear counter here soon.
No, it's just a soft zoom on the cover of the book every time it's named. I know Jay's editing style by now.
If I can find a cover, I haven't been able to find the book. I just know it's a Shakespeare reference. Okay. This has been Star Wars Every Week Forever. I'm gonna go.
It's been Weird Wookieepedia.
It's been Weird Wookieepedia.
And this Week Forever,
and I'm gonna go by Exit Pursued by a Bear.
Jay is being pursued by a bear, and Ben looks concerned. What's going on there, buddy?
I'm looking at stage shots of Exit Pursued by a Bear. The play. We're talking about Valbec Prime.
Oh, good old Valbec.
Valbec Prime.
Good old Valbec. It's my favorite of the.
Which it's canon, but it reeks of EU name. It was a location in the galaxy. Oh, during the Clone Wars. This is actually the Clone Force 99 was here. They were sent to put down an insurrection there. That sounds right.
Did you say Valbec?
Yalbec. I thought it was Yalbec. I can read. I know what letters are.
Now, Ben, I know it might be confusing to you because there was only one Y there.
Chris, you're a real son of a bitch. You know that.
This is a very recent article, by the way.
Yeah. Crime boss during the Imperial era. Crime boss Sork Tormo.
Awesome.
I mean, I love
Of the Haxion Brood.
so much. The first sentence of this article literally is Yalbek Prime was a location in the galaxy. It's like that,
Gotta
going
love-
back to John Mulaney. It's like that John Mulaney Ice-T bit where it's like, yeah, man, you got it.
It's almost like this article was. It was almost like this article was a stub until a couple of weeks ago, and then when they had to expand on it, they were like, "Oh, I'll just keep typing after that comment."
This is a weirdly timely weird Wookieepedia.
Yeah.
Well, this is from Clone Wars Season 7, I believe.
No, it's from the Bad Batch.
So it was
Yelbek
first
Prime was
mentioned
first
in the Bad
mentioned
Batch.
in the Bad Batch, an episode of the
Hold
Star
on.
Wars
Okay.
television series. The episode was written in the premiere of the show's 7th season.
Oh, okay. I was wrong.
And then it was in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, apparently.
It
It
was
was
mentioned.
mentioned.
Which is where that Sork Tormo of the Haxion Brood used the phrase "uglier than a mating season" on Yalbek Prime.
Awesome. You gotta love that Star Wars jargon.
This has been an illuminating episode of Star Wars Every Week Forever.
Right.
I've learned so much. My mind has been expanded.
Weird Wookieepedia.
The Battle of Mandalore pre-Naboo.
Oh, I know this shit.
Oh, this is some mainstream ass weird Wikipedia.
Yeah. Before
Well,
30
hey, cool.
BTY.
Good. This is a long ass episode. Hey, everyone knows about the Battle of Mandalore, right?
It's the one where it's Legends, yes. So it's the one where Jango Fett watches all of his friends die to Jedi.
Yeah, and they got all the fucking those super like fucking crazy war droids. Cause the
I can read things. They caused the Galactic Republic to send forces from the Republic Army. Blah blah blah. They sent Jedi Knights. Yeah, and stuff happens. The Republic's like, hey, fuck you, and the Mandalorians are like, ah. And everyone lived happily ever after.
Except Jango Fett, who watches all of his friends die.
Yeah, everyone lived happily ever after. It's okay.
Everyone
And
lived
it's
happily
all
ever after
Dooku's.
except for the Mandalorians. Apparently, no matter the canon.
Yeah. Fuck.
Well, we got them to a better place. Well, that doesn't count anymore. New canon. They're fucked.
It's time to do Zinz's favorite segment, Weird Wookieepedia.
Indeed.
Yes!
Friend of the show, Zinz. This is for you. Wherever you might be.
Wherever they might be, they're very, very excited, I'm sure. Vibrating with it.
They're vibing.
They're vibing.
They're just vibing.
This is something that I'm a bit interested in. So today on Weird Wookieepedia, we have an Exar Kun mural, which to those uninitiated, Exar Kun is an ancient Sith Lord from the Old Republic, which is my cup of fucking Joe. It was a mural, was a work of art depicting the Dark Lord of the Sith, Exar Kun. It's found in by a group of spacers after they ventured into the Temple of Exar Kun, located on the moon of Yavin, sometime after the Battle of Yavin, during the Galactic Civil War.
Somewhat not popular opinion. I could give a fuck less about Exar Kun. Ulic-Qel Droma, one of the most interesting characters in the history of Star Wars.
I'll give it to you. Keldroma's much more compelling than Exar Kun.
Read the follow-up comics, please. Queldroma's like nobody reads them because the art is shit, but it's really good.
Wow, you worked real hard on selling that one, Jay.
I'm pretty sure I've already suggested it on the podcast and done a better job, so I don't feel
Yeah,
the
everyone
need to...
hates these, but like they're actually really good, so please look at them.
Yeah. Also, Star Wars Galaxies was cool for a hot minute before MMOs decided to be whatever MMOs are now.
That's alright. That's what we've got the Old Republic for. Not Knights of the Old Republic, just the Old Republic. Which I've played all of 5 minutes of.
I played too much, and I know it's not good, but Laura Bailey is a character who I love very much.
I have 3 times now tried to sit down and play that game, and dear God.
It's not worth the time.
Jagged spikes with a red light shining from the top left corner. Dark side cultists cloaked in black appeared on either side of the center image. Ooh, spooky!
Yes.
Perfect for the spooky month.
Perfect. You realize that this comes out in November, right?
November's my
Listen,
birthday.
Spooky season goes till Christmas.
That's fair.
You
November
ask
has
me,
come
every
again.
season is spooky season.
Weird Wookieepedia.
So, this evening, for your audio pleasure, Weird Wikipedia.
Audio pleasure.
I don't love that phrase.
Don't love it at all.
Milani Din?
Milwaukee Din?
Milani.
Milani.
Oh, wrong.
Milwaukee.
I'm
What's
not gonna
that Star
send that
Wars
to
if Tatooine's Florida?
I thought it was like a drag name for a second. Like, Milwaukee Din? Where's the pun in this? I'm looking for the pun, but I can't find it.
Female human Jedi Knight during the Second Galactic Civil War. At some point during her early life, she was taken to the taken for Jedi training and was taught by Jason Solo.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Welcome to pain every week forever.
Lad and lass.
You just heard.
My poor sweet boy. Just crying on the pod.
As soon as I saw, because I scroll down to look at the sources sometimes, and as soon as I saw where this was, I was like, oh no.
Walk out into the living room in a little while. My wife's like, what's wrong? I'm crying about Jason Solo.
This is a pretty significant character.
Yeah, this is a lengthy article too.
This is God, I'm trying to remember because I can't read things when I'm getting specific audio data. I can't. I'm not a multitasker. If I'm hearing anything through my ears, I can't read, or if I'm reading, I can't hear anything through my ears. I don't know why. It's just the way I am. But I'm pretty sure this is like the pseudo apprentice that he had, not really an apprentice, but was aspiring to be an apprentice.
I know exactly who the character is, and that's why I'm so sad.
Yeah, this is a pretty significant character that's not significant at all anymore.
This is during like Jason Solo's fall, essentially.
Yeah.
This is
And you can tell what books she took heavy part in, because a lot of it talks about that one. So the Legacy of the Force series talks about Jason's fall, but the Karen Traviss books is also about that, but also about the security. Only in the Karen Traviss books do they put a significant amount of time into the security detail that Jason runs during this period. And you can tell that this was a character heavy in that period, because there's a lot of talk about them in this. Because Karen Traviss was like, all right, I'll write these books, but I need a lot of soldier talk. I need so much soldier talk. And all the other writers were like, yeah, we're not going to mention that too much. Do your soldier talk. Go ahead. If it makes you happy, Karen, it makes you happy.
As long as it gets the books out, we don't care.
I need soldier talk. I need Boba Fett and his Jedi Padawan. Let's do it. And everybody else was like, all right, I guess. You all right, Chris?
I'm remembering the events like Vietnam flashbacks, and I'm having a moment. It's a very traumatic moment.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I rediscovered a Sith Lord I forgot about.
I don't want to spend too much time on this.
I remember reading the fucking book and being like, they're not gonna do this.
Yeah.
They're not gonna fully fucking do this. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, we can't linger on this too much because if anybody wants to read the Legacy of the Force books, they need to be unspoiled for this.
Spoilers for Legacy of the Force from fucking.
You're about to make me feel real old. Because you're going to say, this movie that came out 1,000 years ago, when to me it was not that long ago. I mean, I was in high school, I guess, and I guess I've been out of high school for 11 years. Jesus Christ. This has been Star Wars Every Week Forever. I'm using the outro as an attempt to not reflect on how old I am.
So, weird Wookieepedia.
Yeah, are you okay though, buddy? Legitimate question.
Undersecretary of the Assistant Secretary to the Acting Chief of Information.
What white
can't be
fruit is this
serious.
shit? What is going on?
I know Ben's okay because he didn't answer me because he was so excited about that Wikipedia article and how long it was. Run that by me one more time.
Undersecretary to the Assistant Secretary of the Acting Chief of Information for Senator Warren.
This is some Dwight Schrute bullshit. What the hell? Wow.
Undersecretary to the Assistant Secretary of... For the love of God, link it, because I'm not going to get...
Oh,
I did.
Wow.
What appearances is what? An official engagement, which is...
Mine hasn't even opened, and I bet it's going to be a
Vector.
tabletop game. Yeah, I was going to say I hadn't even opened it, and I was willing to bet.
Year 2 of the Living Force campaign.
This felt like hurried notes someone would make about...
Of the Wizards Coast ones.
Yep. I was
Shit.
about to say.
Hey, look, it's like our worlds are colliding again.
Hold on.
Wait.
If you're going to what I think you're going to, please, Ben.
Double often abbreviate the title to UTTASTTACOIFSW.
Yeah, you're right,
This
that
is
is
a shit
easier.
post. This is a shit post.
Oh, wait, hold on, you really buried the lead there, which he pronounced Utastakoiswa.
This...
Utastakoiswa.
Whoever this person is the kind of DM that I am.
However, wait, hold on. He was told that this acronym. Oh my God, this is such a Jay. This is a character. He was told. Yeah, he was told. Someone told this person that this acronym was in Sherwook. This is that guy that gets spicy shrimp tattooed on his arm in Chinese.
Chris, it gets better. This was untrue, and the acronym was more close to the Sherwook word for tree slug.
Please read this article is one.
His job was
Hold
to
on.
sit by a door and occasionally run some errands.
Great character.
This article is 5 sentences long, and every fucking sentence is a gem.
It's like you're just going further down a rabbit hole.
This is such an incredible weird Wikipedia pull. Because Jay, this is totally an NPC in one of your games. This is totally an NPC that this is something you would have made for a game.
Yeah, it is. Utas to Koifswa is my new favorite Star Wars character.
I have a new favorite.
Sounds like something friend of the show Zins would name a character.
It really does.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little mad I found this on Weird Wikipedia, because if I came across this in the wild, you better believe this would have been a part of Is It Canon?
This would be such a good Is It Canon.
It would have been so good.
But then you realize you would have to find shit that's equally off the wall.
Oh, I do have a few things that are saved up.
You gotta put that together.
So,
I do.
We usually vote on a series of titles for an episode. I'd like to make a vote right now.
Oh no.
UTTASTTACOLFSW needs to be the name of this episode.
Yep.
Yeah, I will not accept anything different.
I can't even argue.
Because people will be like, did they have a stroke? Did Jay have a
Is
stroke?
everything okay at the SWEWF offices?
No.
Just like a Family Guy cut to the SWEWF offices in the back of a Denny's in Wisconsin, and it's just one hand reaching up over a desk, like just tapping, just slowly tapping on a keyboard. Hey Ben, how's that Wookieepedia looking? Is it looking pretty
Oh,
weird?
that's right. Oh god, I have too many tabs that aren't Wookieepedia.
Isn't your homepage?
Well, the second tab of my landing page is Wookieepedia.
Not
Well,
the kayfabe
technically they're
piece,
both
Ben.
Wookieepedia.
They're both Wookieepedia.
So I open Google Chrome, and Pod Racing's there, and the second tab is just homepage Wookieepedia. Fucking Fnod?
Are you okay?
Fucking Fnod.
That's you?
Okay,
I'm
put
sorry
this
for
in the
your
right
loss.
Discord.
What happened there? You smell burning toast there, bud? What's going on?
Today on Weird Wookieepedia, we got Fnod?
Bond?
Fnod?
Fnod?
James Fnod?
Fond?
Bond.
Fond?
Yeah, it's definitely Fond, Ben.
Listen,
Bond.
Do you see
James
that end
Fond.
placement?
listen. It was
I mean, it
a
looks
strange
kinda like Bond.
byproduct resulting from rare impurities bonding during the making of certain alloys due to as yet unknown external conditions. Let's make this vague content as vague as possible.
Yeah,
And
this
that's
is
the Old Republic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is,
it made like fiery lightsaber beams.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the crystals that you get on Dantooine in order to make your lightsaber.
And that's where the rebel base is.
It's also Ben, play Knights of the Old Republic for fuck's sake.
Ben's
You know
gonna
what?
wait until it's remastered, and then neither Jay nor myself is gonna play the remastered Knights of the Old Republic.
I'll play
And
it.
Ben's only gonna want to talk about that, and they're gonna completely change the lore, and we won't know what the fuck is going on.
I'll play it. Actually, I won't. That requires me to do a Star Wars thing. Now that I think about it, I won't.
And you're not gonna play it. Neither am I. I know this. I've made my
We all
peace
know
with
I'm gonna play it no matter what.
having a kid now. I'm not playing shit. I'm just gonna watch Star Wars and keep a kid alive.
You
Good
have
thing we
to
wrote the
word
script on
it
what
that
we did.
way. You have to word it that way, Chris.
I gotta watch Star Wars and keep a kid alive.
To ensure my spawn doesn't die.
My priorities: watch Star Wars, make sure I keep a kid alive.
Hopefully not in that order.
Not in that order.
That's the way you presented it. That's why I said it that way. Yeah, I hope we're the lesser priority.
That Wikipedia was not
was a
all
very
that weird. Which mercifully
No.
so, because it has been a long episode.
No, go ahead, do it.
Do it. We're doing a second.
It's gonna be a long one. This is what happens every time.
No, this is weird. Peace vote.
Peace vote?
Peace vote. Peace vote called the appeasement vote by the
Oh, I know
Trackers.
exactly what this is.
supposed to be Senator Bigby. Oh, this is late in the time, like 26 ABY. Oh, they were trying to outlaw the
Yeah.
Jedi because of the Yuzong
This is-
Bong, so they could be all like, "Yay, we're all happy now."
If I remember correctly, this was like middle of the Yuuzhan Vong War? Yeah. This
Yep.
was
That
a
lines up.
moment where this was I've never read this novel. It's one of the few new Jedi Order novels I don't own. But this was them trying to, like, under false presumptions from the Yuuzhan Vong end the war, and the Jedi Order was like, they're fucking lying. And they were like, yeah, no, we need to end this fucking war. There's a lot of people dying. And Luke's like, they're fucking lying. They're like, wow, sorry, buddy. And they
Yeah,
were
I mean,
fucking lying.
I was gonna say, but in the end, it didn't end up passing.
Yeah, because they were fucking lying.
Spoiler alert for a literally 20-year-old book. This book came out in 2001, I'm pretty sure.
Jesus Christ. I just had a 2001 was 20 years ago moment.
Yeah. Almost 21 years ago.
I'm fucking old.
This book's old enough to drink.
Don't give me that shit, young man.
Guys, I'm fucking old.
Book's almost
Don't give
old
me
enough
that.
to drink.
You were born in 1997.
No, I was not. I'm older than that.
When were you born, Ben?
1996.
Uh-huh.
Weird Wookieepedia.
It's a speeder. I've been waiting for one of these. Knew it was gonna happen sooner or later. We got a fucking speeder. Do. That's the caffeine. The SV50 Swift Strike Speeder.
You said that like you're trying to sell a toy on Saturday morning television.
It looks like it's a toy trying to be sold on Saturday night television. The name, at least.
I didn't know we were talking about a legitimate item before this.
No, I mean, just the
previous
name.
subject? No, the previous subject. I didn't know about the electric unicycle. I thought we were just spitballing ideas of how to make Grievous's vehicle work.
That electric unicycle is actually the SV50 Swift Strike Speeder.
Is there a picture of this thing? Because right now I'm just getting an ad for Battlefield 2042.
Scroll
I
down.
don't think
There's not a picture for it.
Okay.
It costs 50,000 credits though.
It is from Star Wars Adventure Journal 5.
Oh, this is
Characteristics. The
Hold on,
Venari
let me open.
strikes.
Yep, it's another role-playing game.
The Venari Strike Speeder was very versatile and considered to be a reliable attack craft. It was primarily used for
Find your words. Use your words.
It was primarily used for the transport of strike squads and had room for a strike squad of 10 men. The speeder had enough firepower to defend itself in battle.
Ben sounds like a kid in a 90s commercial right now. Advertising the latest Batmobile that they're selling.
Ben sounds like the host of an MTV dating show
Ouch!
from the 1990s.
That's harsh. Ow. We dunked on him pretty hard today, but that's harsh.
That's the one. That's the one that emotionally scars me tonight.
So I can't talk about a fucking vehicle. So you want to give us another, Ben?
They want another.
We doing a bonus weird Wookieepedia?
Yeah, why not?
Bonus weird Wookieepedia. An even weirder Wookieepedia.
Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi Force War.
Oh. Yeah. I know what this is.
Is this one of the Dark Horse comics?
Yeah.
I do believe so. It's opening, but I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, this is old shit, yeah.
This is real old, yeah.
We're dealing with Elon Musk, baby, Rakatan invasions and the Jedi. This is when before
I hate that shit so much.
This is right before Star Wars got sold to Disney and their canon got real fucking weird. I mean, it was always weird, but it was when they were like trying to be like, here's how this world started, and everybody was like, nah, not interested, baby.
Everyone's like, oh boy, that's exactly what I was asking for.
This is when book sales dropped substantially.
And it didn't help. Oh god, I don't even want to.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the Infinite Empire invaded Tython. Obi! Like...
The Infinite Empire is just such a dumb name.
Oh my god, this is okay. So these were actually published like as some of the last books that they put out for anything, and it's actually, I do believe, in reference to the Old Republic. So it's just further explanation that the Old Republic has outlived its usefulness.
This is a good while after the Old Republic's prime.
Yeah. No, I mean the MMO, yeah.
I mean, but also, yeah.
Weird. Wookieepedia.
It's a little late into the bit to be putting a weird intro on it.
Oh no! Wait, okay, Ben, don't put this in the Halo Discord.
What?
Movie are we? I was glancing the Halo Infinite Discord. Today
Why?
because I have ADHD, Jay.
We're recording.
So today on Weird Wookieepedia we have forklift.
You're too late, Lord Vader. I am now forklift certified. Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck? Lord Vader, do you have your forklift operator permit?
Lord Vader, I
pilots that
really,
need to be
really,
removed.
really cannot be contacted by OSHA again. We've gone over this several times.
Lord Vader, OSHA's really riding my ass.
Lord Vader, there's this man called Kevin Smith, and I can't afford to upset him.
A forklift was a vehicle used for lifting heavy material. They were generally automated. That
Making my
is
favorite
all
weird
two
Wikipedia.
sentences.
Lord
Wait,
Vader.
But is that the Legends or the Canon tab?
That's the Legends tab.
What's the canon tab
canon?
say?
Holy shit, it's like half a paragraph. Forklifts were vehicle used for lifting heavy materials and could also be used for ships. They were found throughout the galaxy in industrial complexes and hangars such as Gorel. The Mon Calamari starship designer Quirrell owned one on the planet Shantipole.
Shantipole. Hey, it's Jay here from the Star Wars Every Week Forever editing office. Usually when we miss a detail, I'll just let it go. Obviously, I would rather have everyone here to record and, you know, kind of bounce off of each other. But I found a really weird detail that I felt the need to share, even in post here, and it's when you switch between the Canon and Legends tab on this, forklift is spelled differently on each. Like, the Canon one is fork space lift, and the Legends one is just forklift as one word. And I'd really love to know what inspired that decision. Like, is it canon? Like, is that, like, canonically the way it's handled? Like, or is that some kind of weird mistake? Like, what would be the lore reasons why forklift and forklift would be different in each version of the canon? That's all I had to say. I just had to point it out. Back to the episode.
Oh my god, yeah, that's right. There was a
inspired planet
forklift
name.
in Star Wars Rebels.
What an inspired.
Oh, and they
And
also
Bad
showed up
Batch
in
and Clone Wars.
and Resistance and Poe Dameron
Listen.
and Duel 1.
There's been
Listen,
a forklift
listen.
in every Star Wars Dave
Listen.
Filoni
Listen, Dave
animated
Filoni
show.
Dave
likes
Filoni, we need to have a conversation.
Dave, what's the deal with forklifts? What's the deal?
What's the deal?
Okay.
What's the deal with you and forklifts? Yo, Dave, why was your number one goal when you started making Star Wars content to make sure you made the forklift as
I think
used an item as possible?
As visible as
This-
humanly possible in this space sci-fi franchise.
this episode is going to be used in our collective psych evaluation, I feel.
feel like this episode is our psych eval.
I'm just gonna when I get a new therapist, I'm just gonna bring this episode in. Just
Just
listen,
gonna
if you need
show
any
them.
homework for me, just here, watch this.
I respect
Watch,
my
like, the
therapist
back
too
half
much
of
to
this.
show her this. Make the Star Wars go away. Weird Wookieepedia, please.
Oh, it's the end of the rotation. Holy shit.
It's the end of the 9th rotation.
Some interesting.
Some interesting Wikipedias.
Yeah, it's canon and legends.
Ooh.
It's actually one of the clone trooper corps.
Ooh.
41st.
Not looking
Words.
forward to that edit.
Sounds like a Star Wars name for sure.
41st Elite Corps. I actually
Neat.
I know almost nothing about these guys as much as I love the clone troopers. They look. Oh, these look like the
clone troopers.
the red colored Coruscant Guard looking motherfuckers.
Sure.
Can you imagine being the Wookieepedia writer that has decided to spend their time specifically talking about legions of clone troopers on the editing those specific articles? Because that sounds exhausting.
It's like every time, once in a while, I'll come across the Vine or TikTok where it's like someone being like, "Oh, you like the Clone Wars? Name every clone trooper," and someone actually copies and pastes the list of known clone troopers. I'll come across that meme twice a year, and every time I'm just like, this is fucking great.
I feel like
is not so much weird as it is just
generic
and very comprehensive.
Yeah.
So I have not clicked Legends yet. I assume there's way less information, but I'd like to make a bet with everybody.
It's probably comparable, actually.
Their first appearance is interesting.
Hold on. I'd like to make a bet with everyone before we click on the Legends page. I guarantee at least one, if not 3 or 4 of the appearances are Karen Travis books when we click on Legends.
That's a fun game.
Oh, God.
Let's go over to Legends and find out. Let's see. Appearances. Republic Commando 000. Order 66, a Republic Commando novel. So 2. I was almost there. In between the 2 numbers I said.
No, it looks like it might be 3. Star Wars Republic Hidden Enemy.
Is that a Karen Travis book? No, it is not.
John Ostrander.
No, that was a pretty cool comic series where Jedi try to survive in the Kashyyyk wilds while Order 66 is happening. It's a pretty cool series.
So an interesting note, their first appearance in canon was Revenge of the Sith.
Are they directly mentioned in Revenge of the Sith?
They're in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, they were present at the Battle of Gene. Not the Battle of Gene. They were. Never mind. I thought I knew where I was going. No, never mind.
I mean, if I get an excuse to say the word Utapau, I will say
they're in a sea. Utapau, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Utapau.
They were probably a part of Order 66. Because,
Oh, shit. Was this the Legion that you follow throughout Star Wars Battlefront 2?
No, that's the 501st.
Oh. Oh, it's the other Battlefront 2. Hey, Ben, non-canon appearances. Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga.
Ben,
that comes out in April.
Ben, power rank the 41st guy. So.
Power rank all of the 41st Elite Legions members.
41st Legions members. All right. Next week on Star Wars Every Week Forever.
Absolutely not. And with that being said, Ben, you want to bring us home with Weird Wookieepedia?
It has been many moons.
It's been many moons.
For this the strange bit.
I think this is our least strange bit. We have a lot of strange bits.
It's got weird in the name. Very, very exciting article this week.
Oh.
The SU-40 Airspeeder. Ooh.
Can you pod race it?
It was a high performance sporting craft.
Yeah, it's a Landspeeder.
Ooh. Speed's comparable to a TIE starfighter? What?
Jesus Christ.
How does that work?
Oh my god.
How does that work? Oh, that sounds like a tabletop RPG thing, and it is a tabletop RPG thing. And then there's a canon tab too.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess that
Fucking-
when I hit canon, it's gonna be like Rogue One, because Rogue One really liked to use just random tabletop stuff. If it'll ever load.
Lead by example. Which was another Age of Rebellion book. So no, it's just all random tabletop game fucking shit.
Of course.
I'm here for it. So how the fuck do you
How does a Landspeeder go as fast as a TIE fighter, though?
Well, it's an air speeder. So
Still.
it's meant to stay in atmosphere. But it moves at the speed of a starfighter.
So like it would be able to fly around the planet in an hour.
Yeah.
And that seems like it's just dangerous to the environment, to a massive extent. And it's the same complaint that I have about light speed skipping, where they're just randomly in fucking atmospheres. It feels like.
So what you're telling me is, this thing can possibly move upwards of 746 miles an hour.
Nerd.
I googled it.
I know.
But like your body, unless you have some magic sci-fi bullshit in there, which there better be.
I mean,
the human body is going
No,
to
it's just an open cockpit.
fucking implode.
Well, how many miles per hour did you say it was?
746.
Which
Well,
would be...
I'm trying to work out math in my head, because the SR-71 Blackbird can go 3,540 kilometers an hour.
Okay, well that
So it's not an unreasonable speed at all.
1,200 kilometers per hour is the conversion there. So
Yeah, so it's not unreasonable. It's not even close to what we were already at.
Okay, never mind. I got checked. That's
Sorry, had to do it.
no, that's
So why is that?
I want to get called out when I'm being an idiot.
I'm very into the SR-71 Blackbird, and it's the only reason why.
Why?
Conversely, then, why is a TIE fighter so fucking slow?
Right?
Because propulsion in a zero gravity situation is actually a lot more difficult than in atmospheric conditions.
I guess
No,
so.
this
How
is,
dare Star Wars sci-fi be accurate?
But that's actually the max speed in atmosphere.
But also, it feels like a number someone who's not familiar with how fast aircraft do go.
Somebody
would
was just
pick.
like, put a big number up. I don't give a shit.
Which is a tabletop thing, where it's just like, just throw this in here and see what happens. Ben, you want to do one more?
One more?
Oh my god, that your little airspeeder there is just faster than a Boeing 747.
Never mind. I was way off base on that one. Holy shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, they said TIE fighter. It's like, I assume that would be very fucking fast.
These things are crawling across the screen, apparently.
Wookieepedia is just nothing but tabletop game articles. I refuse to believe that there are articles made about anything else. We got the Laserhone company that manufactured various models of knives and blades and bladed vibro weapons.
Vibro weapons will never not sound dirty to me.
God damn it,
extremely
Christopher.
specific kink.
I
still
love how
savage spirits and gadgets and gear, so it's still just tabletop crap.
I love how there will be like two sentences in Legends, and you'll be like, all right, the canon one is almost always shorter. So you're sitting there like, there's no way they can make this short, and you click on it, and there's like 3 words.
Well,
that is only a slight exaggeration.
Let's go one more time.
One more time.
One more time around the...
We're really rolling the slots today.
Yeah, if it's as boring as that, we'll just apologize to the audience.
I don't even know what this is. What's happening? All right, today on Weird Wikipedia, we have the 1-4-16-64 plan.
It's a little unwieldy.
Standard mode of operation for the Republic military during the Clone Wars and for the Imperial military that succeeded it.
Oh. What?
All right, it's basically how the army broke down into components.
Oh. This sounds like fucking real government naming, which is fun. Okay.
Yeah, okay, there were 4 brigade levels, 16 regimental missions, and 64 battalion level operations concurrently on different planets.
Well, I don't know
This is
about
both
you.
extremely boring and extremely, like, I'm kind of curious.
Well, we should have called it a day at the very fast speeder.
The very fast,
The very
not
fast,
exactly
not
that
fast
fast speeder.
Ben, do you want to bring us home with Weird
I
Wikipedia?
was about to click the button actually. I had Wikipedia open, and it's funny because like there's a little sidebar on Wikipedia. It tells you trending articles, and I like to glance at that when I sit down to record
That's
just to
always
see
fun.
like what people. And usually it's like stuff that makes sense. Like I expected to see Obi-Wan there, but for some reason we've got Abeloth, Darth Plagueis, and Ahsoka. And I'm just like,
Ahsoka makes sense.
I'm not complaining about any
Jagged
of
Fell,
this,
huh?
but why?
I'm waiting for him to hit random page and just be Jagged Fell.
Well, it's probably not going to happen because I'm already on Jagged Fell. Oh, excuse me. Wikipedia is arguing with me. I have to refresh.
Man, your homepage treating you bad.
I just scrolled down to the latest discussions tab on Wikipedia, and the first thing I saw was someone going, "What are your opinions on Mace Windu?"
Not good.
He's a character. Like, I don't have strong opinions on Mace Windu except that he's alive.
So today on Weird Wikipedia, we have the Taril homeworld. The Taril homeworld was where the Taril species originated. Thank you for coming to today's Weird Wikipedia.
These are my favorite. I love these so much when this happens.
What's a Taril? Ben, tell me what a Taril is.
The Taril are
they are on the Taril homeworld.
Weird.
Jay, what do you...
They're like weird crustacean like mammal looking things.
I have never seen one of these things in my life.
Yeah, they look like if you took a crab or a lobster, because it's got a tail with a fin on it. Like if you took a lobster and put like a monkey face on it and gave it eye stalks and like a monkey torso, they look fucking wild.
This looks like an Animorphs creature.
They're canon?
On the Taril Wikipedia page, and in distinctions, it just says, resemble simian lice, 6 arms, 2 of which were used as legs, and hive mind. And that's what you get.
They have a hive.
Well, hold on, I'm trying to put the pieces together here, because this was definitely, like, a species that I heard about multiple times.
There's a lot of info on them. Essential Guide to Alien Species, new Essential Guide to Characters. Checklist 10 Star Wars super weapons, the Darksaber from Legends.
Yeah, apparently they made it.
That's not right.
According to Legends canon.
That can't be right.
That's Legends, not canon.
No, I know, but it was...
Interesting.
Although at the same time, they're saying that they were... First contact was like 12 BBY.
There's a section about the stolen Death Star plans on this article,
yeah,
I have questions.
I was looking at that like, I can't read this right now because I would lose all sense of what's going on the podcast, but why is this here?
These things, in a roundabout way, loop back to the Darksaber novel.
I saw Darksaber.
So, this article fucks with the timeline in such a weird way. Because it's in 12 ABY, so 12 years after A New Hope, some dude visited some chief of state with Leia of the New Republic of Coruscant as a cover to steal the schematics for the first Death Star from the Imperial Palace.
Okay,
So they were literally trying to steal the Death Star plans from the New Republic to make another Death Star.
All right, so
Well, that's because they had
it was a hut.
Tyrell Overmind had a deal with that hut that was kind of at the center of that Darksaber
Durga the Hutt?
novel. Yeah.
okay, so here's something that I really love about the EU
I
because
have-
it's fucking stupid.
I do know about these stupid things. Okay.
The thing about the EU was that whenever an author would come back to Star Wars again and again, there was inevitably something new that they created that they would just bring back again and again and again and again and just shove it in there as much as possible. This was a James Luceno thing. James Luceno made 2 of the Yuuzhan Vong books and also wrote Millennium Falcon, the novel. And probably did other stuff, but that's what I saw when I briefly went to his page. And he made those, I believe. And I think either that or he's a big Darksaber fan, but that's what I saw.
Ugh.
Maybe I'm wrong, because this laptop does not load new things very well.
This is part of what I love about Weird Wookieepedia, because like you'll get the dumbest fucking article, and then you'll click like the one link on it, and you'll get like 10 pages of shit.
Yep.
And then on their homeworld, it's
Darksaber
just
again.
And then on when you check their homeworld, it's just yep, that was their homeworld. That's the whole article.
Isn't this the second time we've talked about Darksaber the novel in this rotation? Wasn't it last episode or the episode before?
Yes.
Did we talk about it?
We talked about this book either
Recently.
an episode either last episode or the episode before, I think.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't remember why, but
Christ.
maybe it's not a James Luceno thing, because I think that was way before his time, but
Oh boy.
well, that's my favorite thing about Weird Wikipedia is that every time we open it, it's either three words, or one of us is going to have a revelation while we're sitting there reading it. Like, oh, I know what this is from.
Yeah.
This episode is a landmark.
I have a
We
lot
probably
of.
talked about.
Oh no! Don't do this to us.
No, this episode is a landmark.
Don't do this to us.
This is the first time I have ever sat down to record and throughout the whole episode didn't open Wikipedia until the last 5 minutes.
Oh.
So I didn't even
I
get to see the pod race article on my homepage until right at the end
Yeah,
here.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Congrats, buddy.
Well, we're looking at we're looking at a little maintenance droid M2T2.
This is from Old Republic.
Yeah.
And it's got 2 paragraphs. Each of them is a sentence. It's a model maintenance droid that were used by the research and development sector on the Akara Droid Factory. Blah blah blah. During the Cold War. Oh shit.
As the only resident, the Old Republic player here.
Yeah, it's also very similar to the because obviously the Old Republic, it's very similar to the droid design in Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which
There were a whole lot of these guys rolling around.
Which they clearly based on the R2, R3 series droids. Basically, if you want a visual of these kind of droids, it's imagine R2D2, but instead of leaning his bottom part leaning forward, it leans backwards, and it's got an articulated head, and that's
it's a combination of it's a combination of a KOTOR T3 and R2D2. It's the middle idea.
Yeah. Can I, before we end this episode, Ben, in regards to your job title as lore keeper on the show,
no.
Can I tell you about a very funny interaction I had with my wife this week about you and your lore knowledge?
Oh, what have I done?
We were watching Kenobi, and the ships come in to save them at the very end, and I on a quick glance I thought they were snow speeders at first. I was like, are those snow speeders? That's weird.
I also
But they're
thought
not, you
that.
know, after the fact that it came in, I was like, oh no, I was wrong. They're not snow speeders. I was like, you know, I'm not Ben. And she kind of gave me a look, and I was like, oh, I'm sure Ben could tell you like the fucking exact like ship model and designation number of these fucking things, like, or at least a close
His hands are
approximation.
going.
And the look she gave me was one of deep sadness.
Yeah, they were snow speeders. They're T-47s.
Oh god, now I'm gonna make my wife even sadder when I go out there and I'm like, hey, I was 100% right about what
Yeah,
these things were.
the only